Good morning. The company secretary checks the quorum, so we commence the meeting.
I confirm that we have a quorum, sir.
Okay. Distinguished shareholders, proxies, regulators, my colleagues on the board, ladies and gentlemen, this is with great pleasure that I welcome you to this extraordinary general meeting of Total Nigeria PLC holding today, 19th of August, 2021. Before we proceed, I will call on Health, Safety, and Environment Manager of the Civic Center for safety briefing. Safety briefing by the Civic Center, please. Mr. Gift.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. My name is Gift Mbadiwe. Permit me to take a minute of your time. You're presently on the first floor, Panoramic View Hall of the Civic Center. In the hall is rigged with panic alarm system, emergency alarm system, meaning that when you hear the sound of the alarm system, you make use of the exit points, the one behind you and one behind me. So when you hear the sound of the alarm system, please make use of any of the exit points. I'm sorry. So when you walk through the exit points, you find the elevator and the staircases. Please do not make use of the elevators. Make use of the staircases. And when you're descending the stairs, the handrail, the rails are meant to maintain your balance. Please hold on to them to maintain your balance. Then when you exit the building, you turn your left, and that will take you straight to the muster point and wait for further instructions. We have the convenience, that is toilet, on this floor. When you make use of the exit point behind you, you turn your left, that will take you to the toilet. Please, we are in the era of a pandemic. Now that we have the variant, it's now important, much more important to adhere to the NCDC regulations. Thank you so much and enjoy your day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gift. The company secretary has confirmed that in accordance with Article 54 of the company's Article of Association, the quorum for the general meeting of the company is 3 members of the company present in person or by proxy holding not less than 25% of the issued share capital. The registrar has informed me that the total number of issued shares of the company is 339,521,836, and they have received proxies for a total of 263,348,521 shares, representing 77.56% of the shareholders of the company. I am pleased to inform you that there is a quorum for this meeting, and I now declare the meeting open. It is necessary to draw the attention of the shareholders to to the steps taken by the company to comply with the health protocols relating to COVID-19 for this meeting. In line with the federal and state government directives, we conducted temperature checks and hand washing pre-entry into the building and have complied with social distancing standards amongst the attendees. In addition to the shareholders and proxies appointed by shareholders who are not present at the meeting, the company also sent out links streaming this meeting to enable shareholders who are not physically present due to the restriction on mass gathering imposed by the government to watch the proceedings of the extraordinary general meeting, which is being streamed live and is being recorded. The link to the meeting can also be found on our website. I want to specially appreciate everyone at this meeting despite the current situation of COVID-19. I also want to thank all our regulators for their support, which has enabled the company to hold this meeting under the prevailing circumstances. So thank you. For the smooth conduct of this meeting, may I request that any member who would like to make a point should raise his or her admission card in his or her hand. The ushers will hand over the microphone to you. Once you receive the microphone, please state your name before proceeding to make your contribution. I will now introduce the directors and company secretary on the high table. On my extreme right is MS Tejiro Ibru, a non-executive director. On my immediate right is Mr. Imran Bari, the managing director. On my immediate left is the company secretary, Mrs. Olubunmi Popola Modi. There are other directors joining virtually. I'm Engineer Rufai Sirajo, who will be your chairman for the purpose of this meeting, standing in for Mr. Stanisla's meeting now. Thank you very much. Once again, I welcome all of you to this extraordinary general meeting of Total Nigeria PLC. I will now call on the company secretary, Mrs. Popula Modi, to introduce the representatives of various regulatory bodies, professional advisors, and the members of audit committee, as well as to read the notice convening the meeting.
Good morning, my distinguished shareholders, members of the board of Total Nigeria PLC, my colleagues here present, our regulators, members of the fourth estate of the realm, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'll start with the introductions of those of us who are here physically present, as well as them also indicate those who've joined us online. From the Nigerian Stock Exchange, we have Mrs. Brenda Duke. She's currently online with us. From the Securities and Exchange Commission, we have Mr. Obina. Thank you for being with us this morning. Our registrar, in the person of Mr. Ayola Adiola of Cardinal Stone Registrars. Thank you very much. We also have, as appointed by you, our esteemed shareholders, nominated and voted in by you, members of the audit committee. Chairing the audit committee and present here today, we have Chief Timothy Adesina. Other members of the committee are Mr. Chiwendu Achara and Mr. Kashimawo Taiwo. We also have present at this meeting shareholders who are acting as proxies of you, the shareholders, who are not physically present at this meeting. And as acknowledged as a result of the current situation that we find ourselves in with the COVID-19 pandemic, which unfortunately is still with us, and we're told that we're entering what they call a third wave. So as advised, we will continue to observe all the regulations as provided by government regulations and NCDC, and one of them is the restrictions on mass gatherings. So that is why you, our shareholders, have nominated some people to represent you as your proxies at this meeting. So I will start by calling on those of you who are physically present to please, as I call your name, Saz and Maz, kindly rise so that people can see that you're here. We have with us Sunday Nwosu. Mrs. B.C. Bakare. Mr. Nonawo. Mr. Matthew Akinlade. Barrister Franklin Umokoro. Mrs. Abigail Olaje. Chief Timothy Adesina. Again, I apologize for that. Mr. Moses Igrude. Prince Tunde Omojola. Okay, Prince Tony Omojola. Prince Dr. Tony Omojola. Alhaji Bello Uwonikoko Kazim. Mrs. Obideyi Efunyemi Olatunde. Mr. Yemi Iton Fasasi. Mrs. Bukola Mary Igbasomi, is she here? Yes, she is. Mrs. Tutu Shinyobola. Mr. John Awusonya. Thank you very much. I will now proceed to read the notice of the meeting. Notice is hereby given that an extraordinary general meeting of Total Nigeria PLC will hold at the Panoramic Hall Civic Center, Ozumba Mbadiwe Street, Victoria Island, Lagos, on Thursday, the 19th day of August, 2021, at 11 a.m. to transact the following special business. 1, that the name of the company be and is hereby changed from Total Nigeria PLC to Total Energies Marketing Nigeria PLC. 2, that the memorandum and articles of association of the company be amended to reflect the company's new name, and that all necessary steps taken to effect a change of name of the company be taken. With your kind permission, I would like to take the notes of this meeting as read so that I do not keep us here. Thank you very much. And all of this I do by order of the board of Total Nigeria PLC. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bumi. Before we take the resolutions, I will ask the managing director to make a comment on the name change.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished shareholders, I think it's the name said it all. Total Energies in one word, and S at energy plural, and the logo showing where we are coming from as a company, from the reddish days of oil and gas, with a smooth transition, with some movement, and seeing the colors changing, adding all the forms of energies: oil, gas, electricity, hydrogen, biomass, and winds, and so on. Solar, of course. Solar being the yellow you are seeing at the end. So, you know, currently the challenge is how to embark in this energy transition and continue to deliver shareholders value. Benjamin Franklin said that change is the only constant in life, and one's ability to adapt to those changes determine the person's success in life. So Total is resolutely committed to be at the forefront of this transition, and the change of name is the ambition of is epitomizing this transformation and the commitment to be at the forefront of all this. So I think I will stop it. I will stop here. If there's any question about it, I will take it. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, MD. We will now take comments or questions from shareholders only on the proposed name change. Let me start from here. Mr. Akiladia.
The chairman of this occasion, board members, regulatory authority here present, my colleague, distinguished shareholders, my name is Matthew Akinlade, President of Noble Shareholders Solidarity Association. I think our meeting today should be a very easy one, and we should not belabor issues, and because what Total is doing is forward-looking. In the past, Total used to be known as oil marketing company. I think they have gone far beyond oil, and they are now dealing with a lot of other sources of energy. And what they are doing today is to reflect that they are not just oil marketing company, they are an array of other sources of energy. And this company is a company that is a delight to investors. And I think they are in the forefront in this country. And I want to give them that accolade that they should continue to deliver. They are delivering. We have just seen their half-year results, and everybody is pleased that in spite of the challenges in the system, you are able to deliver. On behalf of myself and my own association and investors generally, the whole community, I want to say congratulations. And I want to thank you for your leadership in the system and to continue to deliver more and more. Thank you.
I'll take another question. Mr. Saosu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. One of us has actually spoken, but of course, it will not be too much to hear about yourselves. So, today, we are both into adventure and change of name. All along, change of name and adventure has brought us more synergy, more robust dividend and everything. And in this case that you are also adding wins, if I'm right, shows very clearly that more money will come in because the wind itself is freely given by God. And once you are now adding that to it, more will be expected. You have done very well. Taking it from the angle that when we even declared a regulatory loss, we were able to pay dividend. That means that we are really prepared during the raining days. We have actually prepared, during the sunny days, we have prepared for the raining days. And therefore, we're able to delight the shareholders with that dividend that was paid last year. I have no doubt in my mind that today we are talking about climate change. With climate change, a lot of things will change. On looking at our logo, it clearly speaks for itself. It's showing the greenish area, the blue area, which also means something in climate change. So we are very happy with that. But I also want to use this opportunity to talk briefly about Barry, who is leaving us. Barry is leaving us. I overheard him when he was telling you something, where the three of us were there together. When he did mention that his successor will be coming in September. And I want to thank Barry for the services he has rendered for Total Nigeria PLC, because as it is now, we are still Total Nigeria PLC. Resolution will now change it to whatever you have called us to give you the permission to do. Barry, thank you very much. Your cheerfulness in everything has really shown in the business that you did cheerfully. You have produced good results to us. You have given us cheerful dividend. You have also given us a sent forth dividend, which is the interim that the board had. So we're happy with your services. The fact remains that nobody will be very static in anything. We have to move. We want to see when you will come back as Vice President, West Africa, and you know your operational division, and now be the chairman of Total Energies Marketing Nigeria PLC, because we appreciate you. When you came in today, I told you, you remind me of people from Niger Delta. That on its own speaks volume, the love for Nigeria. So we thank you for that. Today, you have asked us to speak for other shareholders. And by the time we finish this meeting, wherever they are, they'll be very happy that all of us that will speak today will represent them properly. When you leave, you will live with God. You will stay with God. And you will act in the will of God. Please don't forget your humanity and humanitarian actions in you. We appreciate you. And we love you. We wish you well. We shall approve what you have before us because we are happy with Total. And what I'm saying here is that this adventure and change of name must bring additional value to us. Total is number one. Number one or number two, but we want you to be number one. Once you have added wings to it, which is God's giving and everything, that must translate to money. And money maintaining the company and money maintaining the shareholders is very important. You can see we have Baba here, even though he's just 40 years, but he needs to enjoy himself. I need to enjoy myself. Akinlade needs to enjoy himself. The ladies here also need to enjoy themselves because we have made a right investment choice. So Raj, I want to thank you very much for the opportunity. God bless Total Energies Marketing Nigerian PLC as it is born in this country today. So God bless us. And I want to thank the company secretary for the good arrangement that she has done about today's meeting. This is the first meeting I'm seeing that we don't have a book with us to go through. And it's going to be very successful. And God bless Nigerian shareholders. May we live to enjoy the fruit of our labor in this company. God bless all of us.
I'll give one more person to one of the shareholders to answer. Mrs. Bakari.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the opportunity. Mr. Chairman, Board of Directors, regulatory authorities present here this morning, my co-shareholders, good morning. My name is Mrs. Bisi Bakari. Well, I'm going to be very brief, like Shiva Kinlade earlier mentioned, but I said I have to say one or two things before we approve the resolution. Firstly, I want to commend the entire board of Total Nigeria PLC being a proactive board. I could remember vividly about less than 2 months ago or 2 months at our annual general meeting. I watched it online. Shareholder clamoring for change of name. And within a very short period, you call us for change of name. And even when I saw the publication, I called the company secretary. I said, kudos to the entire board. That shows that you listen to your shareholders. And I believe changes is inevitable. Like Sanwo-Su said, we are going to approve the resolution. We are going to support it. But we just believe that after adding the energy and so on, solar, that our dividend, both interim and final, too will be energized more. Our dividend, we will add to our dividend, and come next year, by God's grace, we'll be talking of 3 digits of dividend. Thank you, and once again, God bless you all for the opportunity given to me.
Thank you for your comments and contributions. We may now proceed. Okay, okay. Mr. Ao, you can add before we proceed.
At the last meeting, I raised the issue of energy because your parent company was already ahead. But it will be important for me to understand, because we're a publicly quoted company, it will be important for me to understand what trading tag will be. Because I've also seen in various jurisdictions where the parent's tag is different from the other tag. Okay, so it's important that if you've had discussion with the exchange side, it's important that some of us will know. I also did follow the parent company in terms of the new logo. I still have some confusion as to which of the colors represent the wind business or will be wind business. I'm not sure. And lastly, I've also seen new technology on the line taking advantage of water. I'm not also sure that that is captured in this, but I just want to be educated so that when some of us try to talk, we'll talk from point of knowledge, not point of non-knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The MD will respond to more elaborate explanation on the total energies.
Okay, thank you. I think the company secretary will circulate the presentation we had prepared to just give a background. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. We have what we call the famous 7 energies. So these are the one the group had decided to bet on, to rely upon in order to fuel this transition. So the ambition for us in terms of gas to be, I can read them very, very precisely to you. In terms of gases, is to become one of the top 3 low carbon LNG producers in the world, and to become a leader in clean hydrogen production. You know, there's clean hydrogen and normal hydrogen. Sometimes to manufacture hydrogen from water, if you use power from like coal or power from fuel oil, you have not done anything. So clean hydrogen is not only it's hydrogen produced, but produced through a process that is net zero itself, meaning that not emitting more. In terms of electricity, is to develop all alongside the value chain, both from the production, transmission, storage, and trading. The ambition there is to become one of the top 5 renewable producers in the world, including wind and solar. If you remember some years back, we were talking about being among the top 3 electricity producers from solar. But now we have added wind. Our ambition is in the top 5. So the 7 energies, you can come back to the slide. You have from the left to the right, you have oil, which is the traditional business we started in. Then the gas is the blue, and you can see the colors now downgrading toward the more yellowish, moving from electricity, hydrogen, biomass, wind, and solar. So this is now the transition you can see from the logo. And this turn is showing that the path is not straight. From the past to the future, transiting by the present, we have strategic turn we have taken. We have this kind of dynamic movement together with the society. I want to insist about the together with the society because it's really a challenge posed to the society. When we said we want to be net zero by 2050, along with the society, it's about what we call scope 1, scope 2, and scope 3 emission. To be very briefly, when Total produce oil or gas or whatever, during that production process, we emit CO2. We call it scope 1. This is what you're emitting directly from producing. Scope 2 is everything we produce as CO2 or greenhouse gases during the transport or the selling process. For example, if the company's car used by salespeople, the CO2 they are emitting using their cars is called scope 2. You can understand that these two are 100% under our control. All the processes from the design should be zero emission. If it's not possible at all to do zero emission, is to emit as less as possible. If it's not possible, that balance should be captured and stored somewhere, either buried or through forests we're investing in. So it's not to say that as long as I can capture and store, I'm entitled to emit. No, the steps are really consistent. First of all, I prevent myself from emitting, but it's impossible. For example, the electric plane is not for tomorrow, and we have to travel. Now, this is leading me to the most critical challenge to all of us as individuals, what they call the scope 3. Scope 3 is the CO2 stemming from the usage of the product. What the society is asking now is all energy companies, all companies throughout the world to be accountable for the CO2 emitted from the usage of the product they are selling. It means that if Sasoni buy a ticket and fly to Abuja, 500 kilometers, the CO2 emitted during this flight should be accounted for by Total, should be accounted for by the airlines company, should be accounted for by the airport. So it's not cumulative, but it shows that we have to be aware that it's a societal challenge. So 85% of CO2 emissions are coming from the usage, not from the production or the transport. So it's really a collective challenge. So this is what you are seeing through the different colors. The logo is quite challenging because there's no strict separation between the colors. It's a transition. So I think there's a software which we provide to all the provider of logo and whatever. Otherwise, you will have like 3 different logo with 3 different patterns of transition. So it's a very challenging logo, but I'm sure over the weeks, the month, and the year, it will stabilize. So this is basically what we are talking about in terms of all these energies. So it doesn't mean in each and every country we are doing all these energies, but as a company, because we have stopped calling ourselves a group, it's a company. It's not a group. A group sounds like bringing together things which has nothing to do. It's a company, it's one company. It's working on all these energies depending on where we are in the world and where the opportunities are and when the challenges are. I hope this answered the question, but the presentation will be circulated by our company secretary. Thank you.
Thank you once more for your comments and contributions. We may now proceed. Please note that all resolutions to be taken at this meeting are special resolutions. Voting on resolutions for each agenda item will be conducted electronically. The shareholders and proxies have been provided with voting devices by the registrars. I invite the registrars to provide explanation about the electronic voting procedure. The registrar, please.
Good morning, Chairman. Good morning, directors of Total Nigeria PLC. Good morning, regulators. Good morning, distinguished shareholders. I would spend like a minute to explain the voting parts, which has been circulated to all present. On the voting part, there are 3 buttons, 1, 2, 3, with different color codes. Number 1 has a green color code, number 2 has a red color code, and number 3 is deemed to have a yellow color code. If you're voting in favor of a resolution, you select the number 1 button. If you're voting against a resolution, you select the number 2 button. If you're abstaining from a resolution, you select the number 3 button. Once you make your selection, please, you must press the OK button at the top of the voting pad. That's the green OK button. Once you select whatever number you want to select, please remember to press the OK button to send in your vote. You can change your mind when voting. The voting system only recognizes the last vote selected. So you can select number 1 first. If you are changing your mind, you can select another one. But the system only recognizes the last vote selected. Thank you very much, Chairman.
Thank you very much. Item 1 on this agenda is to change the name of the company. I hereby move that the name of the company be and is hereby changed from Total Nigeria PLC to Total Energies Marketing Nigeria PLC. Will someone please second the motion? Madam.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I rise to second the motion. My name is Mrs. E.O. Obidei.
I now put the motion to the meeting. The registrar conducts the voting exercise, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Each voting session is going to take 20 seconds, and we have a timer on the screen. Voting can start now. Chairman, the voting process has ended. With your permission, I'd like to read the results.
Go ahead.
For the resolution that the name of the company be and is hereby changed from Total Nigeria PLC to Total Energies Marketing Nigeria PLC, we have a total of 100% of total votes cast both by proxy and in present at this meeting in favor of the resolution. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. I declare the motion.
Okay. For 263,357,125 units of Total Nigeria PLC shares.
Thank you very much. I declare the motion unanimously carried. So congratulations for the change of name. Item 2 on the agenda is to amend the memorandum and articles of association. I hereby move that the memorandum and articles of association of the company be amended to reflect the company's new name and that all necessary steps taken to a change of the name of the company be taken by the management of the company. Okay, may I retake it, please? I hereby move that the memorandum and article of association of the company be amended to reflect the company's new name, and that all necessary steps to effect a change of the name of the company be taken by the board of the company. Will someone please second the motion? Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The name is Prince Dr. Anthony Amoni Omojola. I so second.
Thank you very much, Prince. I now put the motion to the meeting. The registrar conducts the voting exercise.
Thank you, Chairman. For the resolution that the memorandum and articles of association of the company be amended to reflect the company's new name, and that all necessary steps to effect a change of the name of the company be taken, voting starts now. The polling has closed. Chairman, with your permission, I would like to read the results. For the resolution that the memorandum and articles of association of the company be amended to reflect the company's new name, and that all necessary steps to effect a change of the name of the company be taken, we have a total of 100% of total vote cast, both by proxy and in person at this meeting, votes in favor of the resolution for 263,358,155 units of shares of Total Energies Marketing PLC. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much. I declare the motion unanimously carried. Distinguished shareholders, representatives of various regulatory agencies, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this extraordinary general meeting of the company. On behalf of my colleagues on the board, the management and staff of this great company, I thank you immensely for your time and cooperation, as well as the confidence reposed in us. I also appreciate the shareholders present at this meeting who have, despite issues of the current pandemic, taken out time to be here. I also wish to express my gratitude to the representatives of various regulatory agencies who have joined us today. I wish you all safe journey to your respective destinations. Long live Total Energies Marketing Nigeria PLC. Long live Nigeria. I formally declare the meeting closed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, everyone. I'd appreciate if you just please all remain seated for a little bit so that we can just take pictures in an organized manner, so that also we're in conformity with all COVID protocols. And then we'll also be taking pictures outside with the new logo. So if you just give us a few minutes of your time. Thank you so much.
Please, in order to respect the orbit protocol, I think we should be taking picture in group row by row. And please remain seated so that each row will be considered. Thank you very much.
We'll call you row by row, please. Please remain seated. We'll call row by row to join to take the pictures with the new logo outside, please. Thank you very much. Yes, please.
Please, can we have those on row 1, the first row in the front? Please go outside to take the pictures. When you're done, please come back inside. Those on row 1 can please go outside. When you're done, please come back inside before the second row can go out. First row, please go out. When you're done, you come back in for the second row to come in. Please, can we have row 1 come back inside so we can have row 2 inside? Can we have row 1 back inside the hall? Can we have row 2 outside, please? Can we have row 2 go out, please? Row 2, row 2. Okay. Please, can we have row 3 join row 2? No, row 3 alone, please. Row 3 join row 2.